So as we said earlier, Jake's about to be announced.
On we go with contest number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Furness is ready, and here comes our next boxer, Christian Laight.
Here comes Christian Laight for his weekly appearance.
Yeah, he's out every week, and he credit to the sport of Christian Laight.
It looks like he's got a new pair of shorts as well.
And he's in shape all the time, isn't he, Christian Laight?
He's fantastic. He's a personal trainer, Christian. Yeah, in his spare time. Spoke to him once. If you want to look it up, look on Boxing Scene, interview with Christian Laight. He's a real character. He's got a real unique way of looking at the sport. He knows exactly what he's there for. And
he's a credit to the sport, and he's fought everyone. Like I fought him myself, and every single show you're at, you guarantee you're going to see Christian Laight.
He's got Mr. Reliable on his shorts, and that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, he only steps into it, isn't he?
Getting a tweet in from Marco Rowe and then a load of numbers saying, well done, Playmaker Big Si and Lee Gillespie. The usual commentator was holding him up.
And opposing Christian. Take the music down, please. Here comes the young man from Failsworth. Here is Jake Bulger.
Here's a lad from our neck of the woods, Alex, Jake Bulger.
Yeah, I used to be training partner with Jake, I sparred him, and he's looking good in his 3 fights so far. So
from a Fox Amateur Gym, which is housed in the same building as the famous Arnie's gym. Anthony Crawler, Denton Vassell,
yeah,
all from the Fox.
Yeah, now he's with Steve Naylor in here at the Finest Gym, former world champion Terry Flanagan, so he's getting good sparring down there. Must be paying off.
Fantastic what Steve's done with Terry and that Finest Gym, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant, yeah. It's a story, it's a real good story, isn't it?
Yeah. And one thing you can be sure of, we'll just go about the business in a quiet way, won't we? And
yeah.
Jake will be ready when he finally gets his opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are still live and exclusive on VIPBoxing.tv for this, the second contest. The steward in charge from the Midlands Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control, sitting proudly at ringside, is Mr. Chris Dolman. Our next contest is 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the silver, black spangled and blue coloured shorts. At the weighing, he's scaled 10 stones, 6 pounds. He hails from Nuneaton. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, warm round of applause, please. This tonight is his 240th professional ring appearance from Mr. Reliable from Nuneaton, Christian Laight. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with black and silver. At the weight, he scaled 9 stone, 9 pounds, 3 ounces. His perfect undefeated record reads this evening: 3 contests, 3 wins. He hails from Failsworth via the Maylett camp. Here is Jake Bulger. Timekeeper Brian Heath, Sutton Coldfield. Referee from Newark, Kevin Parker, for 3-minute rounds.
Here we go then, 4 3-minute rounds. Jake Bulger and Christian Laight. Just getting the final instructions. And as you said, Jake fought Christian last time out. He'll know exactly what to expect.
Yeah, he will.
How difficult would it be, Alex, to have an opponent in mind and then at 5 or 6 hours notice you get switched to Christian Laight?
It would be hard to deal with. For the first round, you know, Jake is a professional, so he just go in there, do his business, and get on with it.
Come out at a high tempo, Jake.
Yeah, good right hook downstairs straight away as well. I think that's the best shape I've seen Jake Bulger in as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking he looks nice and compact, doesn't he? He looks really good at the weight.
Yeah, he does. I think it's his career lightest as well, he was saying before, so he looks in good shape.
Plenty of head movement, bouncing in and out of range. Lots of feints, which is key with a journeyman, isn't it?
Definitely. Good right up downstairs there from Jake.
Just feinted a jab to the head and switched it down to a body Bulger there, looking to open up a gap on Laight. Christian just switching southpaw there, now back to orthodox, using all the tricks and just walking Jake back. Just trying to draw the sting out of that fast start.
Yeah, he knows every trick in the book, doesn't he, Christian Laight, so that's what he'll be doing. He started quick, hasn't he, Jake?
Yeah, it looks good. He doesn't look to be too disappointed by the late switching opponent. He's just going about his business as he would anyway. Nice right hand.
Yeah, good solid right hand, registered with Christian Laight.
And Christian Laight just nodded and said, good shot.
Yeah.
I've been at God knows how many shows seeing Christian Laight fight. I've only ever seen him stop once.
I've never seen it live. Who was that against, John? Who did he get stopped off?
He got stopped by Kerry Evans. A single right hand. I believe it in the final round of the 4-rounders. There's cave paintings of that. It was such a monumental event that there's cave paintings and etchings of Christian Laight getting stopped by a single punch.
Yeah, but that was a shock, wasn't it? He got put down in his last fight though against Sean Ben Milligan, but he's a tough man, Christian Laight. He's reliable and he'll be there every week, and more or less guaranteed he'll be there for the full 4 rounds. It's a credit to the sport.
Jake just keeping up his feints, looking for gaps, lots of variety, not just getting drawn into jabbing and throwing right hands at Christian's guard. He's thinking about this.
I'm impressed with Jake's feet as well. He's sharp on his feet, quick in and out.
One of the guys that looks after Jake is Jimmy Murphy, who's a bit of a face on the Manchester boxing scene, looks after a few boxers. He got a brand new pair of winning gloves recently, which I'm going to tweet a picture of under my Twitter account, John Evans 1979. I'm going to show it Alex and you can gauge his reaction.
I'm speechless.
Speechless.
Good opening round there for Jake.
Yeah. First round in the bank for Jake Bulger. Steve Maylett will be very happy with that.
Evening, John. Evening, Alex.
We've been joined by cornerman extraordinaire Simon Clayton.
How did Mr. Bulger look in that round, boys?
Really good.
Yeah,
nice and light on his feet, in and out of range, and plenty of feints. Not too disappointed by having to face Christian Laight again.
Yeah. Has the man to my left been talking up a potential fight? It has been muted that the two of them could be meeting. Central area title.
There's been talks about it, but it's all I've heard yet of the talks.
Yeah.
Alex isn't a talker, he's a fighter.
I think Bulger fancies it, you know, speaking to Steve Wood, and it's a fight, you know, Jake's looking at getting a couple of wins under his belt. He won't mind getting it on later on this year.
That's moving quick for Bulger.
Yeah.
Alex, he's
Corners,
a
10
bit further on
seconds.
in his career.
Bit too quick that for Jake.
Bit of fighting talk from Rutter.
Seconds on.
What did you make of the Lee
Round
Gillespie fight? I thought it was exciting. I thought he put a decent performance in. He was tired in the fourth, you could see that.
Well, we were saying that for normal favoured fighter against a journeyman, it flew by. We thought Lee was really good for 3 rounds. He'll be disappointed with the last 30 seconds.
Got caught, didn't he, by fun, yeah.
He took that right hand, but apart from that, he showed lots of variety, good range. We thought he was good.
Yeah. Adam Haig looks quite sharp as well. Just seeing him on the pads in the back. Joe's just done a round or so on the pads with John.
It's good to see Joe back, isn't it?
Very excited. Very excited.
We'll get onto that later because Simon will be in the corner. Also wearing he's representing Joe as well, so he's wearing a few different hats tonight. And back to Jake Bulger, nice in and out with his nice sharp feet, nice and light on his feet. Just keeping up a nice work rate.
Yeah, he's boxing well, Jake.
Looks like he's knuckled down in the gym as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've just been saying that to John. He looks like he's in shape.
Christian just nodding again there, saying nice shot. Just talking to Jake. He appreciates that Jake's looking pretty sharp tonight.
About the tweets, John, have you been pushing the tweets?
Yeah, we're pushing the tweets.
Yeah.
A couple not too complimentary to you, Simon, but...
All right, what's that about the T-shirt being a bit tight?
Fitted. When you get back on the mic, you can read them out.
Yeah, you're all right.
Nice jab there, in and out of range again from Bulger. Laight just waiting. Christian knows the score here. We've probably already got half an eye on next week's assignment.
He must have took this fight really late as well because
today, I think.
Yeah, it was today, weren't it? Bulger's opponent pulled out. I think it was early on this afternoon.
Yeah,
It's
6
good of
hours. I
Christian
think.
Laight
Yeah.
in to step in and short notice. And
Our
keep-
clubs will travel.
Yeah. If it weren't for Christian Laight, Jake wouldn't be fighting tonight. So
What about, just talk about the job Steve Maylock's done with Terry, Alex. As a boxer who's worked with a couple of different coaches now, can you appreciate what Steve's done with Terry?
yeah, I think it's really good what they've done together. There's not many fighters that can say that from day one, from the debut, an amateur gym, they took him to a world title. So hats off to them, they do a really good job.
It's got to happen, has it? The All Manchester World Title unification has got to happen.
Yeah, between him and Andy Collin, it's got to, and it's be a shame if it doesn't, but I think it will. They both won it, don't they? They're both good mates, so there's no reason why that fight won't happen.
I'll go out on a limb, I'll say it's got to be the first time in boxing history when two former schoolmates have held world titles at the same time in the same weight class.
It's got to be, innit? It's got to be.
Should do an open air show on the school playing field.
What schools at the end?
Don't put me on the spot. Christian just throwing out a couple of jabs there, switch southpaw and now back orthodox. Just trying every trick in the book to get through the 4, giving Jake plenty to think about. Another round in the books for Mr. Bulger.
Just catching up on these tweets. I want to see who's been commenting on the Operation Cruiserweight.
How's Operation Cruiserweight coming along, sir?
It's coming along slowly, mate. Slowly. We didn't have a good week the week before. It was Team Toffee Pudding, but no, back on it this week.
I believe Johnny Nelson's still.
Do you know what? It's a funny thing. There's actually a guy that puts it's like, you know, the white collar fights on. I got offered the Johnny Nelson fight last year, back end of probably around about July. They offered me a date in December to go. You know, I think you've seen Bobby Graham did a few, and Ryan Rhodes has done a few. So I said, let me come back to you. Let me check on the weight and stuff like that. So it's one of them. I think you need to be careful what you ask for.
10 seconds.
Well, that's in Johnny's case anyway. Yeah. So yeah.
Boxing's all about timing.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule it out, mate. I wouldn't rule it out. You might see me and Johnny do a 4-round move around. You never know.
He's just had his hip replaced. So.
Yeah, if he grows a pair, we get it on.
Fighting talk from Rutter, fighting talk from Claymaker. Maybe a double bill. No, again, Bulger straight back to work. Laight switch southpaw permanently now, Alex. Maybe just.
Yeah, he's back off. Looks like he said that there, Johnny.
Just made me look an idiot.
And he's trying to mess Jake about.
Fantastic venue. I know last time Jack Massey boxed here, you know, I wouldn't say the roof come off because it looks a little bit like Millennium Falcon, doesn't it, when you look up? But
It's fantastic. Certainly a hell of a lot different to bowlers. I hope your TV work's doing it justice. Imagine a boxing ring being located directly under Jod Rule Bank. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. Bulger just getting on the back foot. Nice right hand there. Switched his feet and pushed Christian back.
Tell you something, I was just having a little wander around backstage looking at the lads on the pads and stuff like that, and the chocolate pudding caught me. I don't know if did you have a chance to have it, John? I know Steve said he was going to sort it. Did you have the chicken dinner?
Steve started me out with a chicken dinner, some lovely little roast potatoes, but I had to come and take my seat in my commentary booth before I got my chocolate cake.
I must apologise there, mate. I was winning an argument with a 16-ounce T-bone steak over the table. Alex the Blagger Rutter, as he's now known, walked into a little French restaurant that was. I don't think they had a spare table, but no, Alex got us in there. We had to sit in the chef's canteen, but we got served.
Face, it's who you know, isn't it?
It is who you know. You're right there.
Big Al.
We dropped Jack Massey's name in as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we said we're friends with Jack Massey, and before you knew it, we were there. Yeah.
Red carpet treatment. Yeah.
Candlelit bromance, Rutter and Nutter.
Are you going to get Alex in trouble and tell her, just in case Pat's listening, Mr. Pat Barrett, what did Alex have for his dinner, Si?
I think it was a salad with that had been it was a salad, mate. Yeah, believe it there. Yeah. Okay. That was a salad, nice little bit of fillet steak. Treated himself. Served it. Worked hard this week in training.
Alex has got his date coming up in May at Oldham Sports Centre, and you got your opponent announced today, didn't you, Alex?
Yeah, Steve Wood told me tonight. Fighting Ibrahim Riaz, so I'm looking forward to that fight. It's be a good 6 rounds for me. Looking forward to it.
And you're up a little bit in weight, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been made in 9-10, which is a bit better for me. I don't have to kill myself that little bit. I'll be comfortable at 9-10. It's only a few pounds than what I am now, so I'm looking forward to it.
Jake just looking a little bit more tired now. Christian walking him back. Jake's throwing a lot less. But everything's in hand here. He's boxing his way to a bit of a routine 4-rounder.
He's done what he's had to do, and he's getting the win.
Got his work done early. Took the fight out of Christian, now just boxing his way to the end. We saw you using a slightly different style in your last fight, Alex. You know, walking people down a bit more, being more aggressive. How's that coming on?
That's the style I've been trying to get. At a minute.
Just having some sound work done.
Yeah, there we go, Al. You're back on there, mate. Off you go. You know, talk about your style in the last fight.
Oh yeah, walking my opponent down. What I try to get now. Saving a bit more energy, take the shots in the gloves and fire back.
Oh, so you know what I'm going to ask you now. What have you seen in Jake Bulger's style? How do you think your new style will match up?
I wouldn't have to watch him, to be honest. I've done hundreds of rounds with Jake, so when Jake first turned pro, I was sparring him. Probably in his gym with both gym mates there, so I don't have to watch him. If we do fight, and it's gonna, because Steve Wood mentioned
10
it,
seconds.
I won't even have to watch him. I know what Jake does, and I know what he's good at, and I know what I'll have to do.
You know,
Seconds up.
we talk about central area title fights. You don't see enough central area title fights, do you? You know, we were there for a Denny last year when he was in with Dilch. You know, they tend to produce cracking fights. You don't tend to see, even if somebody's a little bit overmatched, they seem to find it from somewhere, don't they?
Oh,
you know, bragging rights and what have you. They dig in. You know, for Jake Bulger and Alex Roy, it's the FA Cup final at this stage of the career, isn't it? But, you know, looking to move on, and I think it's a fight that would sell well. I think it'd top a VIP bill. I think it'd do well on an undercard like they did with Isaac Lowe and Ryan Doyle. I think, you know, you're looking at that kind of stage for the fight.
Area titles, vastly underused, and I don't know why. As you said, it draws fans out. It means the world to the boxers. It produces fireworks every time. It's
No, one of the first fights I ever seen. So I went to the first ever show, watched Nigel Benn box, and then an earlier show it was Mike Gormley went in with Glenn Williams. It was an absolute bloodbath, and I just couldn't believe it. You know, seeing people fighting. You know, I didn't even know they had central area titles. I'd heard of the British title. I'd heard things about the English title. It was an unbelievable fight, and I say it's a fight I'd love to see Alex in there with Jake.
Jake's putting in a good audition for it here. He's looking pretty good. Looks good at the weight. Plenty of variety. Nice feet. Have you seen any improvement? If you sparred him a lot, have you seen any improvement?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of improvement in his feet. I think he's getting, and also a bit stronger as well. He's done everything that he needs to do tonight. He's boxed well.
I've not got your record in front of me, Alex. Have you ever fought Christian Laight?
Yeah, I boxed him in the second fight.
What's it like? Go on, tell the people at home. What's it like to fight Christian Laight?
He's awkward. He's hard to fight. He does what he has to do. He gets through the 4 rounds. So I think Jake's done a good performance.
Very easy it would have been for Jake's head to go down today. You know, due to be fighting somebody different. Finds out his opponent's dropped out, possibly being pulled off the bill, and then before you know it, Mr. Reliable gets in the old Volkswagen. Have gloves will travel in areas tonight. Saves Jake's appearance. I won't say saves the show, because I know the majority of people. You know, I've got 700 people that's here to watch Jack Massey. You know, Joe Murray sold 100 tickets tonight. Apparently he's not a ticket seller. You know, he's boxing out in Buxton. You know, there's not a lot goes on round here, is there? You know, not unless you're into yak watching and stuff like that. Very odd people around here. When we was having our T-bone and fillet steak, and a couple of the locals come in.
What animal was for T-bone and fillet from?
Well, I don't know, mate. To be honest with you, it was nice and tender.
Remember the League of Gentlemen when you never quite found out what the animals they were selling?
I went watching that live actually. The Apollo was fantastic.
Favourite character, Papa Lazarou?
Yeah, but do you want to buy some pegs, Dave? I'll not do that. I'll not do the impression. I like the family that had the toads as well. That was remind me of the girl who used to go out with from Stretford. Rough as a bear's arse she was, and she used to have an African grey in the front room that used to swear. Her dad was like Jim Royal. He'd walk in the front room and say, "Go on, show Clayton what you can swear." This apparently been there. Fuck off, Jake! Well done, Jake.
That's the end of the 4 rounds. Jake Bulger.
40-36.
40-36.
Yeah, 40-36.
Got distracted the last 20 seconds by the African grey story. Reminds me of I went round to our mate's house once after school, and he had a parrot. Not a parrot, he had a budgie called Peter, a little blue budgie called Peter. And we used to open the cage door and let it fly around. And one day after school, they opened the cage door, the budgie stood on the end, and then just fell dead directly into the bin below. Not quite as
I don't know, but because you're into your animals, aren't you? The pair of you actually, but you're like, you know, there's loads of selfies galore. The pair of you take with dog. I'm not on about your love life, Al. You know. But no, what dog do you think you've got, John?
I've got an English bulldog called Jack.
Yeah. What have you got, Al?
A staff called Rocco.
I used to have a Shih Tzu called Gizmo, so in the Manly Stakes, I think I've just dropped out of the top 20.
Yeah, you're not doing well.
Even Eddie Hearn can't get me a dog title shot with that with a Shih Tzu called Gizmo.
Speaking of animals, Joe's got a few horses. Have you ever ridden a horse, Alex?
No, I don't
Ladies
intend to
and
either.
gentlemen, after 4
I'm
rounds
gonna just check out here, boys. Giddy up.
Referee Kevin Parker has adjudged this particular contest. 40 points to 36 points for your winner. Now undefeated in 4 professional contests, hailing from Failsworth, Jake Bulger. Your appreciation, ladies and gentlemen. 240 contests, not out, still in great shape. Mr. Reliable Christian Laight as he leaves the building. Thank you.